Hello, virtual students. It's Mr. Ag here, and our Friday schedule, as we talked about earlier in the week, has changed significantly. So I just wanted to bring that back up to you again, and we're really talking about the afternoon, what you do after we say goodbye to each other around noon. And so we'll zoom in here to the Friday schedule, and you can see that after lunch and recess, you've got uh, a block for writing and a block for inquiry. And our writing and inquiry, they go together right now. So there's going to be one assignment. It's going to be a writing assignment, and you take your time on it, do your best on it, and then you're done with your school for the day. So let's dig into what that looks like. You know, we're studying nature, we're studying animals, we're studying um, feature article at the same time. So what I've done is I've loaded in a picture here of the feature article brainstorm that we covered yesterday. And this is my example of what I put into my notebook. And you should have an example like this as well, because if you were following directions yesterday, this is what you would have done in your notebook. Obviously, your list of topics you already know and that you could write a feature article about without doing research would be different from mine. But you see, I've got on my list topics I already know for my feature article brainstorm. I've got old school Nintendo games, baseball, dogs, gardening, basketball, life cycles of plants, life cycles of insects, grilling, egg dishes, poetic forms, sustainable practices, and chocolate. And our next step in this, after this initial idea brainstorm, would be to start brainstorming out, okay, now that I've picked a topic, I'm going to pick one of these topics, and then I'm going to figure out, okay, what kinds of categories of information can I sort this into? So I could have chosen any of these and sorted it into categories, but this is your task for today. Pick one of the topics that you chose yesterday or a new one, and you're thinking, how can I sort this topic into information categories that I know about? And so you're going to start a new page, and on your new page, it's going to look like this. So you put the date on your notebook like we always do, and you've got a feature article, try it. And in the beginning, you're just going to put the topic that you're choosing right here next to the colon. And then you're going to write info categories, section, brainstorm. Remember, when we study feature articles, after the introductory paragraphs, we've got sections with section headings. And so basically, this would be a rough brainstorm of the section headings that you'd like to categorize your topic into. So I chose chocolate and some things that I could talk about right here off the top of my head, although this first one would be probably the one I would need to research most. History of chocolate, types of chocolate, cooking with chocolate, and chocolate bars. So I would be basically what I'm doing is I'm coming up with topics within the topic that I can write paragraphs and give information to focus on for my feature article. So I would have a section that's history of chocolate, a section that outlines the types of chocolate, a section that outlines different ways to cook with chocolate, and a section that covers different kinds of chocolate bars. And so that's what I'm asking you to do today is come up with these sections and then start actually writing the rough drafts of those sections. So you've got plenty of time today. I believe if you look back at the schedule here, it's from 2:15 all the way to 3:55. Now, I would not expect you to be writing this whole time. Obviously, some of this time is watching this video here. But I would expect you to try your best to do the task that I'm asking you to do, which is choose a topic, come up with some ideas for section headings, and then write some rough drafts of those sections. Of course, as always, if you have questions, you can send me your questions using the Schoology um, messenger feature. But we're starting our writing project, and this is one of the ways that we're starting it. We're trying to write a feature article that is a topic we're interested in that we already know a lot about, so we don't have to do a whole bunch of research. Now, as we move forward, so this is kind of our rough practice. As we move forward, we're going to choose a different topic. You need to be thinking about a different topic that you are going to have to do some learning in. You're going to have to say, oh, I'm interested in this, but I don't know enough to write a feature article about. That's next. Right now, we're just seeing what it feels like to write a feature article based on things that we already know. All right. Good luck. And after you finish this, take a deep breath, get some good movement in, and I hope you have a great, fun, and relaxing weekend.